Good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 8:52 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, March 10th, 2021. So the title of my video is CPI, Stimulus, 10-Year Note Auction, and Tesla. So CPI just come out at 4/10, at plus 4/10, which is what was expected. The market breathes a sigh of relief, and we start moving up. The House is set to vote at any minute now on the stimulus package. If that goes through, that's what's expected. If for some reason it wouldn't go through, close out of everything and reevaluate, to be honest with you. Until then, just keep going with whatever you're seeing. At 1:01 p.m. this afternoon, there'll be a 10-year note auction. And then I'm actually going to be flat before that auction and then reassess after it. It may be a non-event, but I'm going to just be sitting on my hands at that point in time. So if I get flat heading into lunch, I'm going to wait until probably 10 or 15 minutes at least after that auction before I start doing anything this afternoon. And then I think if you keep watching Tesla, so we can start with that, that will help you out. So what I'm watching right now is just from where I think the selling began at 877.77 down to the low of 539.49. I'm just watching as we come into these short areas and to see what happens. I've been watching the the longs. We still haven't had any real pullback, but right around 708 and 748 will be the next areas for Tesla I'm looking at to see if anything shorts come back into this. Otherwise, just look at the up sequence. Think of Tesla now as your tachometer for the market, right? As long as whatever direction Tesla's blowing, the Nasdaq will blow that way, and then the Nasdaq is a drag on ES. 80% of the time over the past 40 years, whatever way the Nasdaq goes, the ES goes. Not as Nasdaq obviously has much more beta. So with that said, that covers the title of the video. So 38.88 is where we're at right now. 86 basically was the point of control for yesterday on the daily. So if you look, there's no real points of control that are untested below. You got to go down to 37.05 basically, and then you have 39.22 and 39.31. Today, I did not mention, is the last full day of trading for this March contract, right? Some traders will start rolling over tomorrow, and then on Friday, most traders will be rolling over into the June contract. So keep that in mind that this is the March contract winding down here. So looking at all the indexes, and again, I think just watching the Russell, can it get anything over 2275 will be, key for it. Looking at the ES, can it hold bids above basically 3,900. I'm actually watching 93.5 to see if we can hold bids above it. You can see it got up there a little bit. If you zoom into this, you can see it just was sitting there holding, and then lost it and went back down and just basically tested this 38.59 again, back up. Looking at the Dow, 32,118 is the all-time high. You can see the last time we were up here, right? It was short-lived. You rolled over. Actually, this is basically the end of one day, and overnight, as soon as the opening bell rang, pretty much you fell, right? And then now we've been holding up at this area of the chart for a while. So the Dow continues to be where, that rotation trade, is in vogue. And then looking at the Nasdaq, and we've talked about this countless times, but I'll remind you again, 13,000, basically 300 is plus or minus 30 points, right? This is a pretty large range. That's the area that the Nasdaq needs to regain to show it has anything going at all for basically the next several months. Until it regains that area, think of everything, every move up as a possible bullshit move, basically. And then and just a trade. Don't be swinging for the fences until that area is cleared. You can swing to that area if you want, but I would also be watching 13,170. You can see that area has out, and it could just sit up here for a little while. Once it gets back up there, it's still got a few hundred points to go to get up there. Could that happen today? Of course it could. So we'll see what happens, and then especially if this is an accelerated move up into that chart, I would expect some stalling, some selling. Not that we're going to roll over and test new lows, but I would expect that to be a churn area for that index. So looking at the overnight action for the ES, we have 35 points basically. You can see we're at the upper end of the area again, heading towards that 38.93 half to 3900 area again for a retest. Look for that house vote. Again, 101 Eastern time today, you're going to have that vote. And then looking at all the indexes, until the sequences break, right, you can look at this, and Jack will go through the draws. You should be watching the up sequences until they break. Watch one time frame as well. So that's the bottoms of the 30-minute bars as we're trending up. When the next bar opens up, you look backwards, and when one time framing ends, right, see if it lasts for more than basically an hour. If it does, it's likely to go into the next draw or break the draw completely for the upswing. I hope this helps. I'll be sending out the overnight value areas, and I will talk to you tomorrow.